what's up? Adi here from Hit the Road Music Studio, a mobile record studio on 4 wheels, traveling the world and supporting artists worldwide. Today I want to show you one of my favorite bands that we recorded in the Moroccan Desert. And this is Daraa Tribes feat. Noura. The video went out to 175,000 viewers. Thank you for everybody who was watching it. It's incredible. So I would love to show you some tricks that I'm using when mixing world music. By the way, we created 16 mixing tutorials that are available on Promix Academy. You can mix 23 songs for your own that we recorded during our journey. So this is the mix of Daraa Tribes feat. Noura. We went to the desert to record this track. I will show you the track at first with the master bass on and everything. Let's have a listen. Oh, I absolutely love this track. Today, one of the mixing techniques I used here, because I'm using always different mixing techniques in all of the courses. Here what I tried was to emulate a console only with plugins. Means I got the Brainworks console N, it's a Neve channel strip emulation, and I put it on every single track here. And today I want to focus on the percussion. So let's have a listen to the percussion only with the master bass and with all the effects. And what was so important for me was to get the real punch out of it without distorting it or making it sounding unreal. So I wanted to let it sound very natural but punchy, like more than it is, but without artifacts. So at first I was grouping this percussion, and the percussion section, this is the Cajon. Cajon is like a wooden box with a hole in the back, somebody sitting there and beating it in the front, and the djembe. Then we got some woodwinds here and the karkaba. The karkaba are you can imagine like metal plates. Like, this is where the castañetas come from Spain, you know, but they are made of wood, and these are like metal castañetas who give a very special touch. Check it out. And everything is routed to a percussion parallel compression bus and a percussion reverb and percussion delay, while the karkab or karkaba will get a special reverb. Let's have a look only at the Cajon today and the percussion, Cajon and the djembe together. Let's have a listen with the master bass off. So in general it's captured very good. The djembe was overdubbed later, but I wanted a little bit more out of it. So everything with the limitation to use only the channel strip and emulate the analog mixing style. Means maximum 2 or if it have to be 3 plugins on every channel. At first we got the Cajon front. The Cajon front was recorded with SM57. Perfect, just put it in the front of it, and with a kick drum mic that I have. The kick drum mic just went inside the Cajon through the hole on the pillow. So let's listen to them without effects. And you will hear some bleed in the background because it was all recorded live. So what we did here in the Cajon front, I was cutting some low end here. I want the front only for the mid-range, higher mid-range for the highs, and the low end, the Cajon bass mic, for the low end, and for the lower mids. I was boosting in a shelf everything above 7K for 2.2 dB, boosting 1.6 dB on 3.6 kilohertz in a very wide shape, wide Q, and cutting some of the low end. At first here, minus 1.5 dB, everything under 100 Hertz is cut, and then another dip on 312 Hertz by minus 1 dB in a very wide Q. Also, to even out the hits a little bit, there is a gain reduction of maximum minus 2 dB. Let's listen to it on its own, without effects. And now with effects. It's more punchy but still natural sounding. On the Cajon bass, I flipped the phase, and what I did here, almost no EQ, I was just boosting 63 Hertz. And why I'm doing it? I grew up with rock music, to mix rock music, listening rock music, so I try to find a substitute for the kick drum, for example. And the Cajon is the perfect substitute for the kick drum. It sounded superb. I boosted 3.5 dB on 63 Hertz, what is the same frequency range like normal kick drum. Let's have a listen. So here we have more of the lower mids, and you will hear, when both together are playing, it really adds up to a very nice sound. And the final processing always happens in the subgroup Cajon, where I'm also using Brainworks Console N. They have TMT modeling, means you don't have just one channel strip, but they are modeling different channel strips that every single one of them have its own character, what is really cool here. And here I'm rather using the gate to punch it a little bit more, to give it more attack. Means when the initial hit comes, it will not stay like tak 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 tak. It will be a tak 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 tak. It's more pumping, and this is the technique that I like to use on elements like this, also on the snare. So with a gate you can really punch things up, smack them up, so there is more attack in them. And this goes into the C4 multiband compressor for more low-end control. I got all the bands bypassed except the low end, 236 Hertz. So everything from 0 to 236 Hertz is compressed, and now I have an individual low-end control. If I need more, I can just push it up. All together sounds like this. At the end, I do also some final processing on the percussion master bus, where the djembe and the cajon and all the other elements are routed. Maybe minus 2 dB on 78 Hertz, like a shelf cut, and then I got the limiter here, because the instruments are pretty dynamic. So this and more techniques I'm discussing in the Promix Academy courses. Check them out for your own and learn how I mix world music. I'm very curious what you are doing with those tracks.